We're going to take you to two adorable, quaint, and quintessential Sicilian towns, one of them in the province of Catania, Aci Castello, and then we're going to go to the province of Messina and Longi. Non-touristy towns, but boy, are they unique.
Why don't you focus on the contrast between the two towns? They're just unbelievable, that's for sure. Would you agree with that?
Agree. Let's start in Aci Castello. Of course, there's no school all this week, so all the families are gathered in the piazza, playing plenty of football, doing the passeggiata, exercising. And there's the imposing castle of Aci Castello. It was built by the Normans in 1076 on top of a Byzantine fortification that was built before that. Quite an imposing structure. Inside is a civic museum with all types of cool things, collections from all over, prehistoric even. Some semi-precious stones, and the view from there is just magical. And take a look at this view. Thousands of years old, these remains that were found here in Aci Castello. And they're from all over Sicily. You can see that's from Priolo, Melilli. Here's Buccheri. Prehistoric. Lots of palaces, lots of beautiful buildings in this town, and also these colors are just fantastic. These courtyards, you can just spend half a day walking up and down these cobblestone streets here. That's what I call an old building. Yeah, I know, the graffiti. Unfortunately, it's all over the place. All right, now I'm going to take you down to the port. Aci Castello, by the way, is primarily an agriculture and a fishing kind of a town. Lots of restaurants here by the water. And from every angle, something cool to see. There's Acireale, by the way. And here, right in the middle of the street, is this beautiful sanctuary. Down there are the beautiful hand-painted boats. If you're here in the summertime, there are lidos that are set up around those lava rocks over there. And you pay 10 or 15 euros, get a bed, an umbrella. There's often a cafe or something to get for lunch. You can just spend the whole day here in Aci Castello. And then come down here for dinner. Lots of these beautiful palaces are abandoned, but at one point, imagine the nobility that lived here, especially in this one. This one is quite intriguing. And this is the main church of Aci Castello. This church, dedicated to San Mauro, was built in the 1600s. So, considering the churches here in Sicily, it's a pretty young one. I take you to Acireale all the time. The main town is Aci Castello, and Acireale is sort of like a suburb. Want an orange? Right here. Right on the public street. Just grab one and enjoy it. This is a kiosk here. And people come over here, have a coffee, a drink, a granita in the summer, an apple spritz in the evening, right by the water. And by the way, this is the Lungomare. Goes all the way from here to Catania. It's flat, so good place for running, walking, bicycling, and so forth. Look at this from every angle. That castle is majestic. Yes, you are looking at lava formation underneath this castle. And over here you can see people are swimming. In the summer, it's packed. Packed. And you can take stairs down, literally stairs that go all the way down. There's some on the other side as well. And then swim in this magical Ionian Sea. It was very wavy during the period that this formation was being created 500, 600,000 years ago. So it's not a straight shot up. It's hard to believe. It's December 28th and it's so hot out. I'm burning up in this jacket here in Aci Castello. I'm not a touristy stop, but for us it's a beautiful place to see how everyday Sicilians live, right? Because that's part of our mission here at You, Me, and Sicily, is to show you the people, the places, the history, the culture, the foods, of course, but also everyday life. You know, I've been reflecting so much on 2022. Great time taking you to some new places that we haven't taken before because of these types of ancestral hometown videos. And if you're Sicilian and you know what town your family's from, I strongly suggest you make a point to come here to Sicily and explore it. This street is great. Beautiful plants everywhere. And especially for Christmas, Aci Castello looks pretty festive. We decided to take a little break from all the shooting to have some pizza. Now, it's very unusual to have pizza like this at lunchtime. Usually they don't put the oven on until night, but it's a holiday and so they put it on.
Maybe that's how they make it, I guess. I don't know. It's tasty.
Packed here today. Great job with the decorations. Church of San Giuseppe. But what's interesting here is that they have a World War I memorial. All the people who passed away from Aci Castello, 1915 to 1918.
You know, Esther, I've been all over the world for Christmas, but this is the first time on December, whatever it is, the 27th, that it's over 70 degrees out. I mean, it's just unbelievable, the weather. But December the 27th, to me, in my head, reminds me of two things. The first thing that it reminds me of is Jean Naté bath salts. Why Jean Naté bath salts? Because when I was a kid, I only had $2 or $3 to get a present for my mother. And I would go to the pharmacy, and it was always a big bag of bath salts for maybe $2. So I was always going for size, and I used to buy it for my mom, wrap it up, put it under the tree. And it wasn't until about 15 years afterwards where I was helping my mother move, and she must have had 40 pounds of Jean Naté bath salts. The woman never used it for some reason. I also think about being, when I was a teenager, Can Away, Canoe, the aftershave lotion, and English leather. Every once in a while it would be Jade East. But these are the things I remember, Esther. I remember opening up my presents Christmas Eve, a lot of good stuff, a lot of stuff that wasn't so good, but nonetheless, sitting here in Aci Castello today, in the shadow of the famous Norman castle. I'm thinking about Giornate. And I bet I'm the only guy in Sicily thinking about Giornate today.
During the summer, people walk down all these stairs and camp along the rocks and play water polo. There's lots and lots and lots of water sports. Great little place to come by. Know what these are? Locks of love. And I often wonder how many of these couples are still together.
Ok, so il popolo italiano ha creato col suo sangue l'impero. Quella parte non riesco a leggerlo, so I can't read the third line. Contro chiunque con le sue armi. So, translation, the Italian people created their empire with their blood. Then there's the bit we can't read. And they will defend it against whoever attacks, I guess, against anyone with their weapons. And it's signed Mussolini underneath.
Right over a restaurant.
Yeah.
Still exists right over here.
I think they kept it sort of heritage, you know, like, because obviously the war here, there's a war monument just up the road.
Yeah.
So I think the memory of the war is obviously thought of as not a good thing, but at the same time lots of people died here, so, you know, in the south of Italy, in Sicily especially, the Sicilian campaign. So I guess they think we should preserve this. It's a bit of history, because it'll be, you know, nearly 100 years old, really, won't it? The 1930s would be my guess.
Benjamin here is on vacation with his girlfriend from Aci Castello. Thank you so much. Nice meeting you.
Pleasure.
Enjoy your vacation. Next, we're going to go to the province of Messina and the little small town of Longi. We went there with a family of Peter, Sherry, Eva, and Gabriel. They basically saw and ate their way through the east coast of Sicily. They were so much fun.
They came over our house for dinner, too, and I had quite an enjoyable time with the whole family. What a lovely family. Thank you for inviting them into the house. It was great.
So this is Peter's great-grandfather's ancestral home. Take a look. This is another one of those little towns, mountain towns, that has very, very narrow streets. You bet these streets were built not for cars, but for donkeys. So a lot of people from Longi went to Cleveland, Ohio, and other parts of Ohio as well. Look at this beautiful nativity scene in Piazza Umberto. Set in the Nebrodi mountains. This is one of the highest towns up here in this mountain range, at least. We went through several other towns to get here to Longi, and it's about 10 degrees cooler up here than it was down in Milazzo. Imagine having to drive down this street. There's about 1,500 people that live here, but at one time there were over 3,000.
The doors are so small.
These are called rametti. Cookies, biscuits, they're only from Longi. Have hazelnut, flour, and sugar. Here's some typical sweets, rametta, that has hazelnuts. And look at this over here. Che sono questa?
Questa pesca.
pesche, chiama pesche, peach, with bread and cream in it. Sort of a sweet bread. Inside? Oh wow, look at that cream. Take a bite, let's see. What do you think? Oh, look at that face. Can I see? Wow. Look at that Santa. Chiesa Santa Caterina. Here's the medieval castle. It was a fortress first, built by the Normans who came here. Then it was turned into a residence, and then later one of the banks bought the entire building, and now the bank is inside this castle. Banca de Credito Cooperativo. This is one of the oldest houses, and you know this because this is made out of limestone. So probably one day, a long, long time ago, all the houses were made like this because it's the local rock. Oh, look at this. Mostly the people that live in this area are into agriculture.
Jerry. Oh. Jerry.
Fruits, vegetables. The bell tower up there is the oldest part, dating back to the 1400s. And then the main church is the 1600s. Chiesa Madre dedicated to San Michele Arcangelo. That's my saint. San Leone, celebrated on February 20th and also in August and first Sunday of May. A lot of stairs over here. You know, people were small and there were no scooters, no cars. This is where we ended up. And more stairs.
The Longi, so like your great-grandfather. So to the people emigrated from Longi to all over the world.
Longi is known for
La città dei funci, la città dei funci, dei funghi.
beautiful mountain towns. And would tell me again what the valley's called?
Fitalia, because of the river, Fitalia River. It's valley. And then we have what we call the Stretta di Longi, where the mountains almost meet, because there is not a big valley, but it's very, very narrow.
Well, this is a treat. We're in a mulini here, where they're making... Good evening, where they're making the fresh bread. Questo è pane integrale?
Yes.
Whole wheat bread right here.
Whole wheat.
And then let's see, here's some other breads.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. And this is where they make the bread. You don't see this very often. This is an ancient mulini where they used to grind the wheat. Funzione questa.
Questa è una pietra, sta ferma e quella di sopra gira. Da qua esce la farina.
Now they're using electricity, but they used to use water, acqua.
Adesso questa cosa viene setacciata dalla...
This is where it comes out. This is where they used to make the bread, knead the bread. It was also used as a cradle for babies. Grazie mille, arrivederci. Apri un'altra per me. That's how you open a chestnut. How is it?
Hot.
It's hot and good. Is it good?
It's absolutely good.
Gabriel, would you try some?
I'll try some.
It's hot, but very tasty, I'm sure.
God, from the lava.
This is not from Sicily, these chestnuts, but I'm sure very good.
Oh, it's much too hot.
Look at that, chestnuts, castagni. Da dove sono i castagni?
Da Avellino, Avellino di Napoli.
Ah, di Napoli.
Sì.
Sempre buono.
Com'erano le castagne che ti ho dato?
It's our first day and they're starting off with a bang. Cannoli. She already had a gelato. Here's a baba. Here's an arancini. Your first time having an arancini. And Sherry, look what she's having. Minuzzi di San Agata. You cannot get any more Sicilian than this. Right here in downtown Catania. That's the marzipan, and inside of it is ricotta. It's called a cassata cake. The base is a cassata. What was it like going to visit Longi?
It was an eye-opening experience to see where my ancestors came from. I really had an amazing time seeing the village and meeting the people who might have interacted somehow with my ancestors.
What would you say to people who are maybe thinking of visiting their ancestral hometown?
Totally worth it. Definitely take some time and find out if you don't know where they are, where they're from. Definitely learn where they're from and go find out where your roots are.
What are you eating? What are you eating, Eva?
Olive oil, Parmesan, salt, pasta,
Garlic.
garlic pasta.
What a beautiful family, and to see Peter's face as he was walking around his ancestral hometown, his great-grandfather's ancestral hometown, was so rewarding.
The thing about that town is I bet you all the people were short. Because there's a couple of those entranceways, I would have got stuck in the doors. That's how short they were.
That's for sure.
Oh my goodness.
All right, if you're enjoying this video and you want to see more videos like this, perhaps consider supporting us and joining our community. You can hit the join button down to the bottom. And for $1.99 a month, you're helping support productions like this. So thank you.
Or you could buy our great merchandise.
Or you can get the merchandise. Hey, by the way, let me know about the merchandise, whether you like the products, would you like to see other products there? Again, they're right at the bottom where it says shop.
But mostly, have you come up with a New Year's resolution? Do you have one?
No, I don't do resolutions. Do you?
I have resolutions every single solitary day.
Every single day I have resolutions, but no, I don't do
Did
the
I break
year.
them?
On that note, thank you so much for watching this video, and make sure you subscribe if you haven't yet, and we'll see you on another video of You, Me, and Sicily, just in time for the dog.
Se benediga.
Ciao.